Get to go play against the Alabama team that's been playing pretty well lately. They had a game last night against Auburn. And so I'm sure they'll be really prepared as we come into Tuscaloosa. And it's going to be a game of tempos. We want to get the game up and down the floor. And in Alabama, with their athletic ability, they're long, they're athletic. They've added some really good players in Sexton, Petty, but the Dante Hall kid has really improved. And but it's a team that's long, athletic, and that's a concern because rebounding, as we all know from the Kentucky game, was a big issue. I thought that was a difference in the game going down the stretch, and we got to be able to put 40 minutes together as opposed to 30 minutes of basketball. So we hit the road again, and the keys again defensively, we got to defend the three-point line. We got to defend the perimeter guys getting in the lanes, but more importantly, we got to come up with rebounds. Our guards have got to rebound. I didn't think we got our guards rebounded in the Kentucky game, and that was a big difference in the game. And so the little details of putting bodies on people, they got guys that can rebound above the rim. So we've got to be able to put bodies on guys and get the ball, and let's see if we can get some things in transition. Again, it's going to be a game winding down. There's a lot at stake for each and every team. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to go down and play against a much improved Alabama team from last year, and they're playing good basketball, especially at home.
All right, Federation, go with Mike here.
Yeah, Mike, you guys have already played Trey Young, and a lot of people think, Young and Sexton are the two best point guards. Both can be pretty high draft picks. What do you think about those two guys' games? Just what's your thoughts on Colin Sexton?
I think Sexton's he's an exciting player. I think he's a guy that plays with a lot of emotion, a lot of energy, can do multiple things. Really can create for himself. He can create for others. He's a good defensive player as well. But he's one of those guys, he's a little leader. I mean, he's like an energizer for their basketball team, and a lot of things start with him. And when he's playing well, they're playing awful well. Really good basketball player.
I think Avery Johnson said something like he's a one-man fast break. I know he's a good three-point shooter, but how tough is he to keep in front of you when he gets ahead of steam?
Well, that's a concern. I mean, he's great in open floor. I mean, he's really shifty, and not only shifty, he can create and he can finish. He's very athletic. He can finish left, right. I mean, he's just like a blur. Very quick, and I think the thing that he really does, he really got great vision in terms of setting other people up. So he's got to be a guy that we certainly got to get the ball in his hand and try to make the other guys make plays.
How similar is Sexton to Tremont Waters at LSU? Is it similar type point guard? Or?
Well, similar in some ways, but Sexton I think is a little bit bigger. We know that he's a rebounding guard as well. But he's just a blur. He's probably his quickness is really kind of separates him from a lot of guys. Really quick and very shifty with it. And very confident. He's very confident. He's an accomplished scorer. I mean, he averaged like over 30 points a game in high school, but he's capable of just taking over a game by himself.
A lot of teams, when they play Kentucky, whether they beat them or not, historically kind of struggle that next game because of the emotional high. Is that a concern? Because obviously the way y'all started Tuesday, that was a pretty emotional beginning.
Well, I think we did it in the game. I thought we did in the second half. I mean, we spent all the emotion up in the first half, and right there with for 30 minutes, we're right there. And then, of course, I think we kind of ran out of gas at that point in time. But it's going to be an emotional game for them as well. So now our concern is let's put 40 minutes together, Nate. I think that's the biggest thing. Putting 40 minutes together, let's really clean up on the details. We scored, but now let's stop people. Let's rebound the basketball. That, to me, is the blue-collar kind of stuff. And then get our bench to playing much better. I didn't think our bench played as good as they're capable of playing. And so we need to see if we can get those guys to come in and bring what they bring to the table.
Well, they rebounded against A&M, and was that a big shock to see them?
Yeah, it was. It really was. To me, it really was a shock. And I know Kentucky's long and athletic, but that's when you got to make that adjustment of putting bodies on people, and we didn't do that. And that's the physicality, that's the mental toughness that's got to go with it. And that's the approach we got to take on the road. The mental toughness, the mental capacity, the physicality that takes place this time of the year. The officials, they're for the most part alleged letting you play. And so there's going to be some pushing and shoving, and you got to be able to push back or hold your ground. And that's something we've got to do a lot better job of, whether it be at home or on the road.
I know we've talked about a lot this year about the depth of the league, but you're in the 6-way tie for third right now. 3 through 14 are all within 3 games of each other. Just the stretch run you guys are about to get in these final three games of the season.
Well, for everybody, all teams probably got 3 games, and every game magnifies. And obviously, we've got, a lot of those people that are right in the mix for, as we talk about, seedings and all that stuff. So there's separation. That's where the separation is going to come here. But all year long, we talked about the parity from a non-conference standpoint, what took place with the teams in our league. And, of course, we're seeing it where we're beating each other up in league play, whether it be at home or on the road. So it don't surprise me to see that it's all jammed up. And but with the week and a half to go, 3 games left, there are some things that start filling out. The blanks will start filling out as we move forward. And so, but with us, with Alabama, and that's the most important game right now for us is the Alabama game.
Yeah, Mike, in fact, you and Alabama are among those 8 and 7 teams. How big does that make this game?
It's a big game. It's a big game. I mean, ain't no way around it. It's a big game.
And Avery Johnson was saying the other day, you guys are good friends. Did you know him before he got in the league, or kind of what's your relationship like with Avery?
Yeah, I know him. Obviously, Avery's been coaching for a while. He played for Paul Pressey, who's my best friend. They played together at San Antonio, as well as Paul was coaching with the Spurs. Just from being in the coaching fraternity, I knew of him. But I think once he got in the league, got a chance to know him a little bit better. We've spent some time together on some of the Nike trips. He and his wife, and my wife and I got to know him a little bit better.
He's obviously a guy with an NBA background. How do you think he's done there at Alabama, bringing them back?
He's done a great job. He's done a great job. I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, from year 1 to year 2, and I think is this year 3 for him? I'm not sure.
Is it year 3? I know that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's year 3 for him. Yeah, I think he's done a tremendous job.
Billy Kenny was there the other day, and they'd won 4 in a row, and then when you guys beat them, that was their second straight loss. He got asked about that, and he said it's just hard to string games together in the league, wins together, because it's so balanced. You guys have had a couple nice winning streaks, but I don't think anybody's won more than 5 in a row. How tough is it to get on a roll in the league?
I think it speaks volumes to the league in terms of the teams and the coaches and the preparation. And obviously with your players, you got to be able to how to handle that. You got to be able to handle that success, and I think it speaks volume to our league, how strong our league is, that we're beating up on each other, and rightly so. But the key is you want to finish this part of it out strong, and hopefully move on to the next season, which would be the tournament, and then move from there.
Anything else?
All right, thank you.